Welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on ChannelOne TV with me, Jude Duncan, and my super co-host, Eno Safo. Just gone by, we had that really an exciting performance really from Kajview, who was just putting us in some mood. Yeah, but just before that as well, we also had Eno have a conversation with the Women Arise conference. Yes, if you are wondering how you can be a part of this show, you want to share in, you want to ask a question, you can do so via our social media platforms. Use the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend, and we'll be glad to read across all of your messages. The number for the show is currently shown on your screen. You can send a message, and we'll be glad to share your feedback to the rest of the world, right, and to every other person watching. You can do so via my personal Twitter handle or X handle at Mensa Duncan. You can also do same for Eno with the handle at Eno_S. Exactly. We'll delve straight into our next conversation, which deals with energy efficiency and sustainability for homes. Sounds like a mouthful, but when we start breaking it down, it will be very simple for you. And joining us to do this conversation is a very good friend from Brickstone Properties, Justin Techi. Justin Techi. It's a pleasure having you. How's it going?
All good.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I can see Brickstone Properties. It should be good. it has to be good, because like I said, so the other time when we went to Baltimore, like I cast my eyes to the city of Baltimore.
Yeah, right at me.
Everybody's building. Everybody's building. Like, it's funny. Yeah. Nana Krum, like, use the new road they are building. Plush buildings. And I'm sure Brickstone is featuring prominently in there. So to be good for you. No, I understand. Anyway, the conversation we have today, energy efficiency and sustainability for homeowners, sounds like a lot. And we'll have to narrow it all down in a few minutes. So maybe some brief responses so we can cover a lot more areas. But when we talk about energy efficiency and sustainability, can you just give us a brief overview of what we are looking at?
All right, thank you. So as you said, my name is Justin Techi from Brickstone Properties. We do everything real estate, everything civil engineering, building and construction. So we do our own properties. If you want help with your property, we can help you as well.
Wow, interesting.
And my role is essentially what we're going to slice and dice today.
Yes, that's energy efficiency.
Energy efficiency and sustainability, yeah. So we're constantly asking and answering the question. With what we are doing, how do we see the world is one? Yeah. Our resources are not unlimited. Do you get it? Especially with energy. And then global warming issues nowadays.
Even climate change.
Yes, climate change, yes, in the same breath. So we are constantly asking and answering the question, how do we help our clients, our customers, those who buy from us or those who we help? How can we make them more energy efficient in everything they are doing? Like here, it's for homes and for offices as well. It's not just for homes here. We are constantly asking that question. So first of all, we are primarily looking at how to be efficient in everything you are doing. The energy we are using in our appliances, in our TVs, in our lighting, in our spaces, the ventilations, in the water we use, how to be as efficient as possible, or how to use the least amount of resource to do the most amount of work.
I like that. How to use the least amount of resource to do the most amount of work. So maximizing efficiency.
Exactly.
Basically that. Wow. What are some of the energy efficient methods we can adopt in our home, in our office spaces?
All right, thank you. To make it easy to remember, we've couched the entire, energy efficiency step by step. Let's say a crash course into our name, Brickstone. So, I'll take it step by step. Just follow me.
Right, the B.
Yes, the B.
Following you, don't worry, go, yeah.
Yeah, so follow me. By the time we are done, you have a very good understanding of what energy. So the B in break. Be aware, be concerned about energy inefficiency. Anytime you are misusing energy, remember, it's costing you money. Why is it important? Number one, it's costing you money. Now, you see, electricity bill is always going up every quarter nowadays. You get it? Yeah. kilowatts was maybe 5 cities or 3 cities, whatever. Every quarter it goes up maybe 20%, 30%, 60%. If you calculate, it's like we are now maybe heading towards like 80 or so from maybe the beginning of the year. So energy efficiency is very important. Be aware of what is costing you to be inefficient with electricity. It's very, very important. Now, look, if we look at our energy mix, we have, it used to be hydro. Hydro was a bulk. Now we have like fossil fuel sources. We burn gas, we burn oil and gas to produce energy now. Sorry. If we are not efficient, it means that we'll be demanding more from our fossil fuel sources. Do you get it? The more we use or the more we waste, the more the generators have to run. The more they run, the more carbon dioxide they produce. So efficiency helps to reduce our CO2 emissions because now we have a lot of the, what's it called? Fossil fuel sources of energy that we are using, yes. And then the last thing is the health benefits. As CO2 goes up, CO2 is a greenhouse gas. I hope I'm not being too technical.
No, not
Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. So as it goes up, it traps more heat in our atmosphere. Atmosphere is sealed. We're in a ball of earth with a sealed gas around it. So as it goes up, the temperature goes up and everything goes up. The ice belts start melting. Then there's drought and there's excess rain elsewhere. You get it. So please be aware. Be aware. Just know that it's costing you. It's going to save you money. It's going to save our environment. And it's going to save our health as well. Then there's R in bricks. Please remove all inefficiencies, inefficient appliances. Remove and replace them. The first thing we think about is lighting. If as of now you still have onion bulbs, if you have onion bulbs, you have to throw it away. The incandescent lamps, they consume a lot of energy. So as much as possible, change them to LEDs.
Right.
But another thing, it's not just about the LED. The amount of space you are lighting, use the right size for the space you're using. You get it? If your space needs 7 watts, don't buy 20 watts. People are not conscious of that, around the house. You go to some place and they could do with 20 watts floodlights, LED. But you know what they've installed? 100 watts, 150, 200 watts. That is very, very inefficient.
But maybe the brighter the space, the more, there's a thing about how bright a space can have on your mood, right? Or how even colors. So people respond to different stimuli, right? So, for example, if they see a place that is brightly lit, brightly colored, it enhances their mood. Okay. So, I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, but see, so the LED technology, you can have very bright light, the lumens, the measure of how bright it is, like
the rays, right?
Yes. So you can have very bright light, but not for very much electricity. They are not proportional. In LED technology, they are not proportional. Like, the brighter it should be, or let's take an example, a 5 watt LED, the lumens you have, you can have another lumens of, no, let me take it again. A 20 watts regular bulb, the lumens of a 20 watts regular bulb versus the lumens of a 5 watts LED can be the same if you measure. Wow. I don't know if I'm making sense. So if you have one onion bulb, let's say it will consume 20 watts. Wow. But it's bright in a certain area in a certain way. If you switch to LED 5 watts, that's 5 watts could have the same lumens.
Brighten the whole space.
Yes. So focus on the lumens rather than just the size and being bright.
So replace inefficient appliances.
Replace them, remove them.
And use the right specifications in terms of brightness, right?
Yes.
So not necessarily replacing old bulbs or onion bulbs with LEDs, but making sure that they are the right specification in brightening the area.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So that'll give you the least amount of energy used for the brightness you are looking for.
Okay.
And then when we come to fridges and air conditioners, I think now people are getting it. The old technology for ACs were the splits. Those ones, they turn off and they turn on. When they turn off, they cut the power, especially maybe when they reach the temperature you set. But when they are restarting, they turn on at full power. They consume a lot of electricity. They're not as efficient. So when you're replacing, do this the inverter air conditioners. Those ones have variable speed. They are variable speed compressors. When you reach your required temperature, it just dials down the energy to the very smallest to keep the temperature running. So consider inverter air conditioners in the removal.
Okay.
All right. So that's R. So I, insulate. If you run an AC and then your windows, you're not checking your windows and doors, you're wasting energy. The AC is trying to cool your room, and then you're trying to let the cool air, you're trying to let the cold air out. So as much as possible, make sure all windows and doors are closed. If they are not all closed, make sure the linings are working. Sometimes they are closed, but you know,
there's a little space in there.
Exactly. Or the edges, especially the door edges, get rubber seals, you know, make sure it's all inside. So insulation is important.
Airtight.
Make sure it's airtight.
Super. So that's be aware, remove inefficient appliances, insulate. So now we go to C.
C, conserve water.
Interesting. Conserve. So conservation.
Conservation. C, conserve water. We are in a city where the water is produced versus where we live. There's a distance. It takes energy to get the water from processing to where we live. So it takes energy. So the more you're wasting energy, the more Ghana Water has to pump. It costs us electricity and the national grid has to pay for it. We pay, of course, but I mean, it will increase our costs of pushing water to us. If you're not on a national grid, sorry, and you have a borehole, it's still energy. It will cost you electricity to pump the water to your own poly tank. Then when the water is being pushed around your house, it will cost you energy to push it around. So conserve water. How do you conserve water? Please throw away the old WC, the one with the single handle. Oh, that one is not efficient.
So you should use what? The one that you press it inside.
Exactly, that one.
Hey,
so you don't need to
relax. So you are saying that we should replace the WC with the one we press like this to flash.
Replace the one
you press like this, like a sparking motor.
For the ones at the top?
Yes, the ones at the top. Yes. So when I say replace,
you
can, I think, you don't need to, because of course that would be waste.
Yeah.
It can be, you know.
The top can be replaced?
No, I mean the mechanism, the plumbing mechanism can be changed. You get it?
Wow.
Because see, the single spark, in quotes, the single spark one is the same water quantity for whatever you're doing.
Right.
If you pee, it's the same water. It's heavy. If it's solid, it's
But what's the difference? Is there a science to it in terms of the water pressure flow or what? Because it's the same flash, right?
Yes.
And I'm assuming it's the same water quantity you'd use anyway. So
not really.
Not really.
It depends on what you've done. The business.
If it's number 2 or number 1.
Yeah, it depends whether it's number 2. I love that. So it depends. Is it number 2 or number 1?
So we both together number 2.
Yeah. If it's number 2.
Number 2 deserves 3 flashes.
But
yeah, go ahead. If it's number 2.
Yeah, so if it's number 2, yes, you have to spark. Number 1 is, liquid. It's just pee. You don't need as much water, because that one is just 1. So you see, so the buttons, there are 2.
There are 2.
One is smaller, one is bigger.
Okay.
People have not.
Yeah, so they just press.
They just press.
So you have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, pay
Interesting.
attention to it.
So I like it. Beware, remove inefficient appliances, conserve water.
Insulate, conserve water.
Insulate, conserve water. Then
keep smart devices in your wiring. Like install smart devices, but keep them in your wiring.
Is that not like a very luxury oriented approach? It's not like a luxury point. Smart devices.
No, it's not. Maybe when you understand what it can do. So for instance, let me use maybe a hotel conference room, for example. So you come in, you turn on the air conditioner to chill the room, and you are done with the meeting. Or meetings, there are different conferences happening, going in and out, and nobody is checking. So between meeting 1 and meeting 2, maybe there's an hour in between, or 2 hours in between. Somebody's probably not checking to ensure maybe they turn it off within that period. So a smart device, for example, can just monitor the occupancy. So it will just monitor your temperature and monitor occupancy. It's not that expensive. Temperature, occupancy, and it's unoccupied, AC off.
Yeah, because I quite recall when we moved into our Tesano office, right? Then I walk into our washroom, then the light comes on. I was like, hey,
exactly.
Have I going to step on something?
It's like the spotlight's on you.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, is somebody watching me? Then I enter the washroom proper, then the light comes on again. Then I see the outer one goes up. I'm like, that's really cool.
Yes,
And to be
yes.
fair, we see that in a lot of these modern spaces. So you say there's not more expensive trying to implement that?
No, it's not more expensive because there's a smart device behind it. It's the same appliance, but there's a brain, a control behind the same appliance. It's not like you are doing super hardcore, you are throwing everything away. Regular non-smarts can be made smart with maybe the right technology. And we offer those services.
Yeah, sure, it's not more expensive.
No, it's not more
Be
expensive.
controlled on your phone?
Yes, you can. Thank you. You can control it on your phone as well. So you use your phone to set a temperature. Track what it should do, when it should do what's for you exactly. Yes.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I like the thing about the lights too. So that is one way. That comes to the very basic level. So you have a walkway where people hardly frequent. The light doesn't have to be on, and somebody may forget to turn it off. So if it senses someone coming, just turn it on for the period, and there is a delay after that, maybe 5 seconds. After passing, it stays on for a while, and then it goes off. Yeah. So that's very.
We
good.
see it even in water use, right? So there are some public spaces, restrooms I've used where the tap doesn't have
The knob
the
or
knob
whatever.
or yeah, right? So it works by putting your hands underneath the tap. Then the
It
water
senses your
flows. You washes your hands. I think it runs for a minute or two. Then, so I think that was cool.
Yeah. So you see,
But the thinking out there is that trying to implement something like that might cost you quite a
An
bit.
arm and a leg.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. Especially if, when you are re-engineering maybe existing infrastructure, relatively it's not expensive.
Wow.
Versus we can do the math maybe later on, but versus what it costs you to, if you calculate the waste versus what it costs you.
you.
Because once it pays for itself, that's it. You get it,
Yeah.
and then you keep
Interesting.
getting the
I like
savings.
that.
Yeah.
Do you still move on to brick properties or it's just brick? Do
Oh, we are
some
the
for-
key.
So we are the
Yeah,
key.
we are
No,
the key.
stone, brickstone,
Brickstone. Okay, so
Okay.
brickstone. Yeah, so,
So
we
the
have
S?
an S now.
and S, switch to solar.
Hey.
Switch to solar.
I knew it
Solar
was
is
somewhere.
expensive. Solar
I
is
knew-
expensive. You
Switch
can't
to
tell me
solar.
anything
See,
different.
So that's why let me sound King James. As long as the earth remaineth, the sun will rise and the sun will fall. And in Africa, the amount of sun we get is so
It's
so
an
huge.
incredible resource, huge
Yeah,
potential.
recently a very large kilowatt hour was commissioned, to augment our national grid. Switch to solar. You are saying, well, solar is expensive. It depends. There are different sizes for different
No,
applications.
but that one they admit that some days are small.
Someday inside, I say,
Small,
like, really, okay,
the
your
cost.
upfront cost is high, because upfront. But if you size it right, the thing about solar, if you size it wrong, if you need 10 kilowatts and you install 5 kilowatts, it dies
Quickly.
very, very quickly. You stress your system, you stress your inverters, you stress your batteries.
Right.
But if you size it right, you use 100,000 watts a month, you size it right, that the system will save you, will pay for itself compared to what you pay for electricity maybe over the same period. You'll pay for itself and then the rest becomes your savings. So consult us, different packages for different people. We have small, we even have solar systems without batteries.
The next time you come on Breakfast Daily Weekend or even Sunday Breakfast, you have to get a special package for our viewers. So think about it. When you go for your management meeting, sit down and say that we are bringing a sweet deal package for Breakfast Daily viewers. So we tell them about it because I'm sure they'll be really excited to have you give them something special. Yeah.
We're ready, we'll be ready.
Already doesn't sound, the film is not inside like that.
Because even in the buildings we do, we have very flexible payment terms.
Payment
terms.
Even with the solar 2 years payment terms.
Okay.
You don't need to
sounds
find
cool.
out the entire money bulk.
Okay.
Spread it 6 months, 1 year. It depends on the package. Yes, so those things are there.
Wow,
Right.
So
super.
we'll do what you just said as part of.
You have to. You have to.
as
Interesting.
part of what you
So
So
Brickstone. So move to T.
When you don't have solar, the T is tankless water system or the instant water heaters. So tankless T. If you don't have solar, install the instant water heaters because it will just heat the water, just the water you need to bath, and that's it. But if you are heating an entire volume of water so this is the tank one, and I think that the previous photo was a tankless. So this one, you see there's a lot in our
Yeah.
homes now, kitchens and washrooms. With this, it's best for solar, where as with the smart system, during the day, you can set a controller. During the day, when I have excess energy, turn on my heater for me. You're at work. Turn on my heater for me, heat the water till it's hot when the sun is excess. When I come home, the water will still be waiting for you. It'll still be hot. You can bath with it. But if you don't have solar, do the tankless. Do you get it? So it's direct. I'm using 1 bucket of water. It heats just that one for me, and it's more efficient.
Okay.
So that's what's it.
So,
Organize and participate. So either you organize and participate in sustainability initiatives. What we are doing is one. So ChannelOne has organized the education for that. So what we've learned up to this point and what we understand now, influence your world, influence your sphere of contact. You hear somebody going to buy an air conditioner, no, educate them. That's the organization. Educate them about, no, don't buy the split, buy the inverter AC. Do you need 10 watts for your area versus do I need 5 watts? Educate them. You influence them, and then collectively, I do my part, you do your part, it adds up, and then we save on.
or simply they should contact Brickstone.
Or simply just contact us, and then we'll be happy to, of course, to educate and then help you out.
And
So we move to the
So
next letter.
N, stone. So we just did O. So
yeah,
N.
this is N.
N is very important. Never underestimate the small changes you are making, whether it's with electricity, whether it's with water, whether it's with everything. Do not underestimate the impact it makes. So they say little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. I did a math. So I asked this question: what is the volume of 1 drop of water? It's on average 0.05 ml. This is, I think, this is 500. Yes, 1 drop is 0.05. So I was like, okay, what if your tap is dripping? You're dropping about 10 drops of water every second.
Yeah.
How long will it take you to fill Kufuor gallon? The Kufuor gallon is 25 liters. So if you do the math, it will take you about 13.8 hours. So within a day of wasting that droplets, can fill a whole Kufuor gallon in less than a day. So it's the same thing with energy. The small changes you're making, it actually adds up to make up.
Wow.
It makes your home very, very efficient. It's small, but it's very, very impactful.
You know, before we even continue with the next 2 letters, some messages are coming, right?
Okay.
And we do this because of our viewers out there. So this message says, hello, Jude and Eno. Enjoying the discussion. Kindly ask the guest if the refrigerators with the energy conserving stickers are what we should be purchasing. This is from Derek in Kaswa.
Yes, so it was actually one of the things. But yes, so the higher, look for the higher star ratings. If you see 1 star, it's the least efficient. If you see 4, 5, 6 stars, it's the
I
most
think you
efficient.
mentioned it in the I, where you talked about, no, in the R, when you talked about removing inefficient appliances. So
Yes.
that would include all of these old fridges that are not really having these.
And even now, Energy Commission says if you are purchasing and it's not rated with the sticker, do not even buy it.
So it's even in the law.
It's even in the law.
So if you are wondering how you can be a part of the conversation, you have a question, you can do so via 0204 447 0333 0204 447 0333. Alternatively, you can also send a message on social media, the X platform, formerly Twitter, with the handle Breakfast Daily Weekend. Mention my handle at Mensa Duncan or Enos at Eno_S. And we'll be glad to read all of your messages, your contributions, your comments. Our guest, Justin Noah.
Is that Joshua that you spoke to this morning?
Probably. Justin Noah Techi with Brickstone Properties. He's an energy efficiency advisor, right? Interesting. Solutions
There's another
advisor.
question here for you. It's asking, how do I calculate energy efficiency? And this from Miriam in Dansuman.
This guy. Thank you for the word so sweet. So this question is just spot on to the next point, the E.
Okay.
Energy audit. You can know by auditing. So that one you may not be able to do. Because you need instruments to measure. But for the regular person at home, start by looking at the wattages on on the appliances. People buy iron and they don't even know how much it's consuming. Like,
just
is it
buy.
3,000? They just buy because
But you
it
can't
looks
really
nice.
force them. I feel like it's a very niche area, right? So, and if you don't understand it, you not really get anything.
Yeah.
So that is why conversations like these are important. So
important.
yeah, you can go
Yeah.
ahead.
So energy audits, you only know by auditing, either by yourself if you know how, or you can contact us. We'll help you out. So the audits, I would want to point out maybe some 4 areas that are usually the culprits. So some people will complain. I don't think how much I'm consuming on ECG is equivalent to how much I'm paying. It's like I'm paying way more than how much I think I'm consuming. So an audit can review something like maybe a loose connection in your meter or your distribution board. That thing can actually burn your house.
Wow.
If there's a loose connection, because as the load is trying to pass,
There may be some current passing through.
it will be arcing. So you'll be seeing some blue flashes of lights, you know, especially as the current goes high. So you need to audit. It can burn your house, number one, and then not all of what you are drawing is what is coming in. Some excess will be used in heating up the wires to cause the arcing. So it's very important to do an audit. So that's one. When you have water leakages, attend to them, please, early. Because we've established that water conservation is also energy conservation. Because you need energy to move water. So if you have like a pump that pushes water, pressurizes water, and is leaking, the pump will continuously run, and that will waste energy. So you audit that, you will find that one out. Some sockets are very leaky. Maybe there's a short circuit between the live and neutral, or maybe the live and earth. You wouldn't know. That leakage of energy into the ground is just wasting away. There's no way. It will be difficult to know unless you audit. And then parasitic losses. Let's say you've turned off your AC with your remote, but you've kept the switch on, or you've turned off your TV, but the actual switch that runs the TV is on. Those sockets are still drawing. The TV is still drawing because it's waiting for.
Oh, okay.
You
Just
to
the
turn it on.
button. Wow.
So you need to switch all those things
Switch those buttons off.
From the power source.
Yeah, from the socket.
From the socket.
Yes,
Alright,
so the TV has a connection.
we need you to finish the Brickstone abbreviation for us, right?
Yes, so this is the last one.
That's the
definitely.
last one.
But we have some messages coming in. So this one says, what's the lifespan of a solar panel? Gifty Tashi asked that question. And also, you can add this to it when you're answering. You can see going to add in. It says, please, how do we maintain a solar panel after installation? So the lifespan and maintenance, if you can just briefly join the two for us.
Lifespan, 30 years. If you get a very good...
How long?
30 years.
30 years?
Yes.
Wow, sounds like a long time.
Yeah, if you get a very good brand, because there are some substandard brands that degrade way faster than the 30. So just get a very good brand, and then it will last you that much. And the thing about the lifespan is it's not as if at the end of the 30 years it's dead. There is a year-by-year percentage, degradation. But a very good brand will maintain that over a very long period of time. Do you get it?
Wow.
So
Maintenance,
how do you maintain your solar? But if it's by yourself, do the basic stuff. Clean the panels, especially when we are in the dry season. Clean the panels off and check your terminals. Solar is very low maintenance. So check your terminals of the inverter, check your battery, ensure the parameters are all correct. Or call us.
Wow. Time is far gone, and
call us. I like it. Brickstone.
I like the conversation. I mean, it talks about a lot of things we would ordinarily not pay attention to. So, for example, when you even tell us about how if you don't pay attention to the metering arcing problem, how it could even burn your house and all of that, I thought that was quite profound. But let's just go through the abbreviations again. Be aware, remove inefficient appliances.
Remove and replace.
Remove and replace. Thank you. Insulate, right?
Yes.
Conserve water. Then we
That's
move
C.
to C. Then the K is
Keep smart
Keep
devices.
smart devices. Then the stone is solar.
Switch to
Use
solar.
Use solar. I think that was quite profound. Then tankless.
Water
See,
system
tankless
or
water system
instant.
if you don't have.
Yeah. Then the O again.
Organize and participate.
Then the N.
Never underestimate the impact.
And the E.
Energy audit.
Energy audit. Super. I was just about saying Joshua again. Justin,
Justin.
Justin is stuck in my head. I mean, like
Joshua is stuck in your head.
But yeah, I've rectified that. So grateful having you, and thank you for the insights. Right, it's a very important conversation that a lot of people have not attuned their minds to. Right, also because they don't know, they genuinely don't know.
True.
Right, so coming out, helping break down the issues like this, I'm sure a lot of people will be happy. Like I said, myself, I thought it was more expensive switching to some of these smart appliances. But like, I mean, there's this, you go to some people's space, you enter, hey, Google, then turn on the light. Then the light is on. Hey, Google. So all of that, I mean, interesting knowing that. And I don't know if you have any other thing for.
I know, I've been
Justin.
schooled, I've learned a lot, and it all comes from the pocket. So we'll contact
Really.
Brickstone Properties and Justin to help us, live more sustainably.
Definitely. If anybody wants to reach Brickstone Properties, how can they do so?
And please hold on.
Are you on social media?
Yes, we are.
So Brickstone Properties, I believe, is the
Yes,
name on
Brickstone
social media.
Properties.
Across all social media
Across
platforms.
all social media. And then let me put our number out. We are online right now, so you can, whatever questions you have about what we've discussed and any other thing, consultation, everything. So, so 059 60 43 767. 059 60 43 767.
Please take the number again.
059 60 43 767.
Thank you so much for your time.